Okay, I'm running some tests on coffee filters because I love them. I love them. I just made this sweet little envelope, and I used a brown pen to make the stitch markings. I used a die-cut lace, crocheted lace that was cut out of cardstock, laid it down, and then filled in the holes by hand with a brown pen. I also made a little cluster up at the top, which is open so that this could fold inside as a closure. Okay, so I am loving coffee filters for so many things. I obviously have colored them using Inktense blocks. This one probably should be ironed. I believe this one was a white one that's been colored. The brown ones color beautifully, but what I discovered this morning is the used coffee filters are absolutely stronger than the white ones, the unused. At least my experience this morning indicates that. This is a very, very detailed. This is a very thin used coffee filter that I had rinsed out and dried. So it's real soft. And as you can see, it cut amazingly well. Now the white ones, I did not have luck with. They turned into this god-awful mess. I couldn't. There's some that will, I probably could get some of these, and I want to show you in a minute what I do to get out all the bits, which these obviously do not want to come out. So the white unused coffee filter is less, I had less success with. So with the regular bottom plates, the regular plates that come with the Big Shot, I was able to get this, which is really very pretty. And I thought it would be nice if I could get it out of white. Well, that was not to be. I tried another experiment layering 5 of these and did not have really good luck. However, then I decided to use a piece of this. I had bought the chrome base plate, which is amazing actually. It's most people will not need it, but I used one white coffee filter with the die, with that chrome plate on the bottom and a regular clear plexiglass or whatever those things are, plates for the top, and it cut really well. Now what I'm going to show you now is how I go about getting all the bits out of the white. I'm going to do it over my trash can because, as you know, and all you need are 2 good-sized thumbnails and some gentle manipulation. And so far, it just, you just kind of run your thumb. This is extremely delicate, right? Really, really delicate. But you can get all, this is one pass, chrome plate on the bottom, unused white coffee filter, and I had no luck at all without using that chrome plate. It was just a mess. So you see how easy it is. You just gently create some movement in various directions, not trying to break it though. You have to be quite gentle with your, and I find it easy to hold it over soft tissue of your fingers and then gently rub it to get the bits out. And they're coming, as you can see. So I was really surprised because I was about ready to give up on the white coffee filters. I do know, and I'm pretty sure, my colored coffee filters will easily work because they have added additional body to the coffee filter. I am going to try one. I have a blue one that was a white whoops, looks like I broke it. So you really do need to be gentle. I can't do this and talk at the same time. But so they'll look like tattered lace. Anyway, a gentle movement is all you really need. And this is obviously the flimsiest one I have of the die cut crocheted lace. This is just as flimsy as it could be. So I did tear that one piece. And so you know it can happen. But it's going to come out. Now, I suppose I could use a soft brush as well to do it. But the fingernail and the fingers supporting it seem to help. So I've done all of this, and as you can see, the bits really do come out. Best not to have too much moisture or static electricity in the house either. But that's it. So that has promise. I'm thinking of putting together a pretty I don't know if definitive can be used in this case, but I've done so many I love coffee filters. I mean, I just love them. I save tons of them. And I love the color of them. I like the texture of them. And I like the fineness of them in this case. I can't believe this actually worked. But it did. And if I had a little pin, I could just poke the rest out. But anyway, I just wanted to show that it can be done. And that chrome plate is, I think, $25 or something. And if you have a big shot, it's worth it. Now, I will tell you, I have had very little to no luck cutting this on the Cameo 4, or any Cameo for that matter. And I'm talking clearly about plain coffee filters, either the white ones that haven't been used, or the coffee filters that are plain and have been used and rinsed out. The blade wants to drag, and it just creates a terrible mess. So, however, I found a way to make it work, and that is putting two together with Mod Podge. And that gives it the firmness and stiffness. And I have cut some interesting doilies of, not this fine though. I'm not sure my Cameo, even though it will cut cardstock this fine, and paper, some kinds of papers. But the Big Shot dies, look, beautiful. Okay, coffee filter with clear label attached. Just printed these all out and slapped it on there, and it is a real success, I think. As it would be with any of the colors, of course. White would work, and the blue or other colors would work. It's a little bit better if I iron the coffee filter first and make it a little flat. This one was sort of flat. That's it. Another test. I used Memento Luxe ink called Wedding Dress White, which is very old, probably 5 or 6 years old, and I haven't used it very much. I made these stamps myself from the die set crochet trim, and they work beautifully as stamps. One side I stamped with a dark brown, so then I just flipped it over, applied the white Memento ink, and as you can see, it's sort of on my fingers as well, but I just pressed it down in there and then pressed the white here, and I got a beautiful stamped image, white ink. And while I was at it, I stamped it again on this piece of coffee filter, and then put embossing powder on it, and then heated it up. I think you can see the shine on there. Of course, I did not use an anti, let's see, static treatment. So when I heated it up, it's interesting. I believe some of the runoff from the embossing powder, which was clear, was still on the coffee filter. And that's what you see melted around the image. Because I did not, first of all, this is just a test piece, and I didn't iron it flat, and I didn't treat it with, what do you call it? Anyway, that cornstarch, for lack of another word. So there was probably some residue of the clear embossing powder that stuck to it. But having said that, I'm thinking you could toughen up this, and look how much more translucent it is where the embossing powder was. So if you swiped ink, clear ink, or say, I would say something mixed with, what's the word I want? Not silicone, but anyway, I'll think of it. It's what they use for to alternately for ink pads. Glycerin, that's it. That's what I want. If you swipe this with just very lightly with glycerin, sprinkled embossing powder on it, clear, you would turn this whole sheet into something that looks like this. That would be interesting too. Anyway, so far, things that I'm working on, I just want to record because I will forget. I do too many things. This is the thin foam that I have a huge supply of because I was cutting it to make stencils and things that I use. But I also found out that if you cut it, which I did, this is a piece of green, and I have it out of all the lace patterns. You can use this as a stamp as well. Okay, so that's another test I ran this morning.